Today we will see the subcategories in the end users category. So end users are those users who use the data for queries. In the sense, suppose if they want any information, so they may ask questions, queries in different formats. Then they may generate reports, and then some of the end users actually update the database content. Like yesterday I told you, if you take the example of our RCU software which handles students admission and all. So suppose if you want to know how many students are admitted for Gupte College of Commerce officially, whether they are admitted properly. So if I want to know, I can just click the option there. I can select Gupte College BCA. I can give the college code, and I will automatically, once I click on submit, I'll be able to see the students who are admitted in who are admitted for Gupte College BCA. So this becomes my query. So I become the end user, or anybody can see that. Prashant sir, suppose the authorized users of Gupte College, they can see which all students have been admitted. Then generating reports. Yesterday I gave you example like among the admitted students, if I want to just print the female students data, I can print that. There will be options. You can select various filters and you can prepare. This is called as report generation. And updating the database means, suppose if some new student has to take admission, Prashant sir will enter the data and say admit, and the student will be verified at RCO and it will get updated. So this is how end users also update the database content. Now we are going to see categories of end users. So I hope you understood the hierarchy. In this category, the first subcategory is casual users. So casual users are those who are at the managerial level, in the sense who are at the HOD position or maybe at the principal position. So what do? They access database occasionally when needed. So they are not the frequent users. So they are, because they lie at the managerial level, they will just casually sometimes, as per the requirement, they may access the database just to see the details, etc. The second category is nav or parametric. Uh, this group is quite large. They make up a large section of the end user population. They use previously well-defined functions in the form of canned transactions against the database. So what do you mean by this? These are the frequently using users. I mean, the users who frequently use the database. These are the users. Like example given here is bank tellers, in the sense either ATM machines also can become the users, or to understand it clearly, you can just say reservation clerks or the clerks at the bank. Fine. So what is their job? Frequently customers come to bank clerks, and then they may ask their balance, or they may ask their okay, they may just perform some transactions like either deposit or withdrawal, or there are so many other transactions also. So these clerks frequently access this database for different customers, and they frequently update, and they ask questions, etc. If they have to just inquire about the balance, then this is something like querying a database. When they have to print your passbook, then it is called as report generation. And when they update, that means when they give the instruction for deposit or withdrawal, that becomes updation. So these users who frequently access the database, these are called as nav or parametric users. What is the meaning of the next sentence which is given here as they use frequently well-defined functions in the form of canned transaction? That means if you have used some ready-made software, uh, you will find some shortcuts there. Like suppose if you have to print, of course you know that control P is for printing, but then for such a software which are prepared specially for bank or especially for library, for frequent, you can say, transactions. What is the frequent transaction? Like for example, suppose you have to print the passbook, then they might program a key like such as F1 or F2, something like that. You know the function keys which are there on the keyboard on top, F1, F2, these are the special function keys from F1 to F9. So I'm just giving you examples. So for frequently, what you can say, performing functions, these applications will program certain special keys so that once you just press that key, your work gets done. Like for example, if frequently a balance has to be checked, then they may just program some key for that. And these keys, how they are programmed, somebody may write a function. That function will accept a parameter as the account number. Like for example, to show the balance amount, you may write a function, and that function will just accept a account number, and whichever account number is supplied to that function, the function gets executed to show your balance amount in the bank. So and now that function can be just called for the button click event. Now all of you are learning in advanced Java what are events and what is button click event. So if there is F1 key and on the click event of that F1 button, if you just call this function which gets executed, which accepts the account number, and then automatically it shows the balance. So this is how for parametric users normally, because they frequently do certain tasks repeatedly again and again, the same task is performed by them. So for them, some shortcuts can be prepared, and these shortcuts are programmed through the functions or with the help of functions. So such users who frequently perform the same transactions again and again with the database, and for them some well-defined functions are written, and such transactions which are frequently performed, they are called as CAN transaction. So this category of users who perform these transactions again and again are called as naive or parametric users. I hope you understood what do you mean by naive or parametric users here. So those users who frequently do the repeatedly same transactions against the database, usually on the daily basis, etc. Fine. Okay. Then the next category is sophisticated end users. So we saw the first is casual, second is naive or parametric, third is sophisticated. Sophisticated end users include business analysts, scientists, engineers, and others thoroughly familiar with the system capabilities. That means these are not non-technical people. These are some people who do higher level functions with the database. Like yeah, like scientists or analysts, so they may have special functions for performing their job on the database. So with their additional or special requirements, the software may be programmed like that. So many use tools in the form of software packages that work closely with the stored database. So there are many other additional tools which come along with the database software. And these tools are optional for the user if he wants to install those tools or not to install. So these tools are they give additional features, they add additional features to the database. So sophisticated users use such tools for performing their specialized work. And then again in the end users, there is a fourth one, which is called a standalone. So standalone means mostly this standalone are those users who have this database management software only for their individual use. It is something like there is a small shop, and to maintain the billing of that shop, there is only a single clerk. and the software is prepared for that single person. That means there are no multiple users are created, only one user, one username and one password. Such users are called as standalone. So these are those who mostly maintain personal databases using ready-to-use packaged application. An example is a tax program user that creates his or her own internal database, or a billing system prepared for a small shop, etc. Clear? So there are 4 subcategories of end users. Which are those? Which is the first category?
Casual.
Casual. These are
Casual.
examples are managers or HODs, etc., who occasionally access the database. Parametric users, these are the users who perform the same transactions against the database on a daily basis, and for them well-defined functions are written. Examples are clerks at the railway reservation system or at the bank. Third category is sophisticated. Uh, this category includes business analysts, scientists, and then not normal engineers. There could be some data engineers who want to perform some specialized tasks. And this, most of the time, they use specialized tools to do that. Fine. Then the last one is standalone users. They mostly maintain the personal database, and yeah, example is any small shop software or any other such specialized software. Clear? Clear about these categories of end users? Again, mark it as important question for exam. They will ask you explain end users, various end users that use the database. So in that case, remember database users, if they ask, the answer will be different. If they ask explain various end users. So end users is a small section in which only these 4 things come. And if they ask you database users, then you may have to explain both actors on the scene and workers behind the scene. Still we are into actors on the scene. Clear? Yes. So we shall go ahead with the next section, that is workers behind the scene. In workers behind the scene, again, the first category is DBMS system designers. Now, let me just quickly revise who are workers behind the scene. These are the software developers. Now, these are not responsible for any specific database like college management or library management. No, these people are responsible for the actual development of DBMS software like Oracle or Access, etc. So among these, the first one is system designers and implementers. So they are the people who design and implement DBMS modules and interfaces as software package. Like for example, if someone prepares a new interface for MS Access software, and then with the approval of those development team and Microsoft's approval, that new interface will be implemented in MS Access. So those people are called as system designers, who actually design the core part of DBMS software modules and interfaces. Now, tool developers, as I told you, the software is uh, enhanced of course periodically, but other than that, apart from the entire software package, there could be some additional tools which are optional for the user to get installed, or uh, if he wants to skip, then he can skip. So examples of such tools are, suppose Visual Basic is one software which allows you to prepare some applications like graphical user interface applications. Normally in Visual Basic, report printing is very simple. So if you want enhanced report printing, there are many themes involved, or specialized reports with different patterns. So for such report printing, there is one special tool called as Crystal Reports. So that Crystal Reports, normally when you install Visual Basic, that may not become a part of that software. So you may have to additionally get it installed. So this is how tools come into picture. In the sense, suppose if the user wants some specialized features, add-on features with the core software package, then these tools come into picture. So the people who keep on developing such tools, these developers are part of the second category called as tool developers. Fine. Yeah. And then third category is operators and maintenance personnel. In the sense, for DBMS software also, there is a team of maintenance, in the sense, system administration personnel. So what do they do whenever a databases are maintained, or environment for the database system is created? So they will keep it under observation. If there are any patches in the sense, if there are any flaws in the developed system, slowly sometimes some errors you will encounter only after you have used the system for little long. Suddenly when you start using it, when the software is new, those problems will not come into picture. So after using it for some years maybe, or some months, slowly those errors will creep in. So those people who try to solve these errors which are there as part of developed software, they fall under this category called as operators and maintainers. So maintainers are those people who try to solve these bugs or errors in the ready software. Clear? So these are the workers behind the scene. Clear with this? Yes.